We're with Mr. Benjie Yap, the Chairman and CEO of Unilever. Thank you so much, Benjie, for joining us
Thank you
this
for
morning.
having me.
Oh, absolutely. I think everyone's been anticipating this Agora table because never at any point in history when the public has demanded so much radical transparency from corporations in terms of how they do business. And for a global giant and a much-loved brand in the Philippines like Unilever to talk about sustainability within its value chain and championed by no less and our chairman and CEO is really something that a lot of big businesses can look up to. What are the sustainability pillars of Unilever?
So Unilever has what we call our Unilever Sustainable Living Plan, USLP that we call. And within that, there are many pillars that we are trying to support. There are pillars on helping malnutrition, health and hygiene, livelihood, and many others that we are active in. We want to make sure that our businesses, our core businesses, are able to not just be good for business, but also good for society. And we believe that's a more sustainable way of running a business nowadays in today's VUCA world.
Yes, absolutely, right? Volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and anxiety. You have been in the, although it doesn't show at all, you've been in the industry for a long time. And you've probably seen the iteration from philanthropy to a more business-aligned advocacy movement, no, of most MNCs. Could you comment a little bit about that?
That's something I must say I've evolved myself over time. No? Before, we would go out and let's say feed children or play a day with them in the hospital or clean up the river for a day. But they tend to be more like charity. Mm-hmm. They tend to be not sustainable, and they tend to be small scale. It feels good for a day, but you don't think that it don't think it becomes sustainable and can be long term and can make a difference that comes up with scale. We've evolved in our belief to again what we call Unilever Sustainable Living Plan, where we believe that in order to do something with scale, it has to be something that is integrated to the business, that helps us commercially, and in turn we can therefore do more for society as well. Because otherwise it will just be charity.
Absolutely.
And it will be small scale. But if it benefits us, then we're able to do more. And then it becomes a vicious cycle in a positive way.
Yes.
That's able to help more.
A good vicious cycle, right? Here's to more good vicious cycles. Of course, everyone's saying, more. That's Unilever. Given its girth and size, of course, they're going to be leading the charge. How important are networks and partnerships, Benjie? Do you do this on your own?
Definitely not. Networks and partnerships are indispensable. I'll give an example. We run a NOR Lutong Nanay feeding program. And we do spend millions to be able to get more kids out of malnutrition by providing them affordable food dishes that now taste delicious. We partner with DSWD, the government, local governments, barangays. We partnered with Kapisid ng Kalahi, an NGO. We also partner with World Food Program because we all have roles in society. We need the government to help us find the right location, area, survey to be able to help the right individuals or right families. We need NGOs to be able to help mount this logistically. And of course, we need our brands to be able to mount this, finance this, and really add purpose to our brands and add purpose to the lives of the people that we help. So they're indispensable. No company can do it on their own, no matter how big they are.
No matter how big.
It doesn't matter.
But also, on the other side of the spectrum, no matter how small, it's never too early to start.
Definitely. I think in today's times, businesses need to add value to society, no matter how small or how big you are. That's what consumers are looking for, and that's what society demands.
You know, Benjie, I'm happy that one of the pillars of your business-aligned advocacy is actually water. Very few people talk about the fact that there is an ongoing water crisis in metro areas like Cebu and even in Manila. Could you share with us your campaign to create better access to potable drinking water?
Okay, so one of our lesser known brands is Purit. We have a Purit water purifier. It started off, actually it was designed from the beginning, from concept in the beginning, to be able to provide safe drinking water to the masses, majority of the people around the world who could not afford safe drinking water. So this was designed, there was a brief, and then we had to come up with an equipment that was around $100. Around $100, doesn't need electricity, something simple to use, and then provide safe drinking water. Just put in tap water, and then it's safe to drink. When we started off in the Philippines, we started off selling in appliance centers, retail shops, where people could buy them, and we got good sales, right? But after a few months, we were realizing that there are millions of Filipinos who could not still afford a $100 unit, and these are not the Filipinos who also go to appliance centers all the time. So that we were attracting a certain segment, and we wanted to attract a more massive segment. And then we went back to asking what's our purpose, and our purpose, we said, was wanting to be able to help improve water, hygiene, sanitation for people. So we partnered with microfinance institutes.
Fantastic.
And because of that question, how can we help more? Because it was designed to help the masses. And because of that question, we've learned to partner with microfinance institutes. And it's been an amazing partnership so far. We've been able to get access to thousands of Filipinos right now, and eventually millions, the ones who need the most. They've been able to provide loans that allow Filipinos to just pay, let's say, $2 a week, 100 pesos a week, hulugan, over the course of months to pay for this. So now we're able to provide safe drinking water to the masses. And whereas before, it's a small percent of our sales, now it's a majority of our sales. And that gives us ultimate fulfillment in the office. The team is amazed. We go out on the field and meet the consumers.
I think I found my new favorite Unilever brand, which is Pureit. Pureit, right?
Yeah. So the more we provide this, the more people we help. And it just gives us a lot of fulfillment to know that the more the business is doing better, the more we're helping more.
For those who are probably catching this podcast in the middle of it, they're probably wondering, are we really talking to the chairman and CEO of Unilever or a developmental champion? I think in this day and age, it would have to be both. What do you think?
It would have to be both, and it would have to be everyone in the company, not just me. Led from the top, of course. But our marketing team does not only make advertising now and market things, they have to make sure that sustainability is at the heart of the brand purpose. Our supply chain team makes sure that we manufacture and logistically distribute our products in a sustainable manner. Sourcing has to be sustainable as well. So our HR team, whenever they recruit people, we look for people who have the same values as us as well. So it's across the whole company, and we're quite excited about this, and it's really very fulfilling every day when you wake up in the morning.
And from a marketing communications practitioner, it's very heartening to have a chairman and CEO, and not just the traditional champion of CSR, which is public affairs and marketing, to be championing sustainability and the UN Sustainable Development Goals at that, within a well-loved brand like Unilever. Thank you so much, and may God bless your work for our country.